Okay, good news about limits from graphs is because right from the beginning we've been verifying a lot of our limits using graphing it on the calculator and the table. Looking at the graph isn't new information to us. They're just going to give us kind of more interesting and creative ones. So here we just want to be careful what they're asking for. So in this one it says find the following. So we have the graph above, the function f of x. It looks like there's a big discontinuity there. And so the first one is the limit as x approaches -2, and it's from the negative side. All right, so -2 from the negative side. So as we're coming along, right, here's -2, so we're coming from this direction. We're getting closer and closer and closer to x equals -2, so closer and closer and closer to, kind of this imaginary line. So we're coming at that from the left-hand side, right, -2, so that means numbers like 1.9, 1.999. So as we go towards this, it looks like the function value is getting closer and closer to 3. Now it's an open circle, so they don't really ever reach 3, but we can say that the limit from that side is going towards that. So the limit from the left is 3. And now we're going to look at it from the right, -2 from the positive, so numbers like 2.01. So as we get closer and closer and closer to x equals -2 from the positive side, we're getting closer and closer to this point, which doesn't exist, but it doesn't need to, right? So it looks like our function value is getting closer and closer to -1. All right, so we get x is close to -2. Looks like it's making y get close to -1, so we can say the right-hand limit there is -1. All right, then they ask about the limit in general, right? They say the limit from both sides. So remember, if both sides don't agree, that's what we call does not exist. We can't say it's going towards one or the other because the left-hand side and the right-hand side are doing something different from each other. And then one thing they're also trying to emphasize, right, doesn't have anything to do with limits. They're saying, what is f of -2? If you do literally plug -2 into this function, does that point exist? And so that point happens to be right here. Right? It doesn't have to be connected to the function. It's just what do you get when you literally plug that in. And so it looks like when you plug in -2, you get out -4. And so in this case, the left and right hand limit and the point, they don't have to agree. We just want to get our bearings on what they're asking for.